Rachel's a young lady who unfortunately has been born with a very shallow hip socket. So what we're going to do today for Rachel is an operation known as a GANS osteotomy.
Been told I'm going home in a couple of days, so I'm quite excited to go home.
We discussed the various options at the time, and you've opted to undergo adjustable gastric banding.
It's an amazing opportunity that's going to give me my life back.
Hello, admin sister, can I help? When you're on admin, you have to sort of correlate your sheet with the bed manager. So I'm making sure that patients have got beds, and Sandra's finding the beds, so we need to know really where everybody is and what everyone's doing. If all the spots have gone and it's already out, then yeah, you've gone past sort of the contagious stage, so should be all right. Morning! You all right, Margaret? It's Helen on admin. Somebody wanted me. I'll try. I can't guarantee it though. Hi. You haven't got anybody spare this morning at all, have you? No. Just thought I'd try. All right, I'll get back to you. Janice, there's them too. We'll have to sort Friday out when Friday comes. Where's your phone book? Are you here, Lynn? Oh, yes. Have I got coffee? No, I haven't had a chance yet. That's all right, I've already sorted it. Oh, that'll be fine. Yeah, that's smashing. Marvellous. Thank you, bye. Yeah. Hi, Neil. All right, you?
All about seeing you.
Bless you.
See, there is method in my madness. If I go the opposite to you.
Correct.
Fine.
Marvellous. There's no excuse. I've been panicking. It's going to be one of them days, I can see it. And I've got a little beauty for you to sort out.
Oh, great.
Heather is having laparoscopic adjustable gastric banding for her morbid obesity. The actual procedure is one of the many weight loss surgery procedures that we perform here at the Alexandra Hospital. It's a restricted procedure. In other words, you restrict the amount of intake of food and calories that individual is able to take by placing the gastric band at the very top end of the stomach. It's done through the keyhole, and we use long, thin instruments to get to the place where we work. It's a fairly straightforward procedure. Risk of complication is very small, less than 1%. Before Heather got here today, like all our weight loss surgery patients, they have to have an assessment. I've always told my patients that it's not a walk in the park. It should be done as a last resort, and therefore they have to be prepared to adopt the lifestyle changes that we're trying to get them to do. That's really the key to any weight loss surgery. The actual placing the gastric band takes about between half an hour to an hour. It just depends on individual patient circumstances. And then the second component of the band, which is the port that goes under the skin on the left side, is now connected to complete the procedure. And it's from this port under the skin on the left side that we then adjust the band academically from 6 weeks onwards. I would expect Heather to be home by tomorrow, all being well, and I would expect her to be fully recovered within 2 weeks of having the procedure itself. She will start losing weight gradually, between 1 to 2 pounds a week. We also have a very strong support group here at the Alexandra Hospital for patients who have had surgery under us. They have a meeting every month. That will also be a source of support for Heather in the coming months. I've always enjoyed my time here at the Alexandra Hospital, working here at the Alexandra Hospital. I've worked mainly with the same, virtually the same team over the years, and we get on very well. They know what I want, to make my practice and the operating very smooth on a day-to-day basis, and I do appreciate that, and I hope that, they know that.
Okay, so just going to do 2 views of your hip now, Rachel, all right?
It's just been amazing to see how far I've come from 6 weeks ago up to now, and you think you're not making any progress at all, but you do. It goes from being slow to happening so quickly. But you have to try and think positively. You've got to try and get past it and think, right, get on with my exercises, and the sooner I do my exercises, the sooner I'll be getting better.
Let's just see you try and take some steps without your crutches. Just walk over towards the... Yeah, and then come back towards me. Yeah, just some slight weakness still. That's great, though. You take that back again. I mean, there's still a little bit of weakness there, obviously, but to be fair, you are doing absolutely fantastic. You've clearly worked hard with the exercises. Come and sit yourself down again, and we'll make a plan for where we go from here.
It does feel heavy at times, but apart from that, I have no pain.
So the pain you were having beforehand, that's...
I have none.
That's gone?
Yeah, that's gone.
That's good to hear. I mean, I think I've said to your patients, once we've changed the shape of the hip socket, certainly notice the difference. I mean, your x-rays that you've had done today look absolutely fantastic. You can see that the difference, the ball of the hip is now completely covered by the socket, and that's why when you're moving the hip it feels less painful. And it's in exactly the same position as when we did the surgery. Nothing's moved. It's healing well. So that looks good, and it sounds, what you're describing, all is making good progress. Good. Well, in terms of the short-term prognosis and approach is that she now needs to exercise it more. We would expect her being able to dispense with that crutch completely within the next couple of weeks for all walking. I'm anticipating that she'll be able to start driving in the next couple of weeks, so that within about 8 weeks of her surgery, she'll be feeling that she's got, a fairly normal existence back. I did get backache and throbbing pains down to my knee, and I don't have that now. Definitely worthwhile. I'm glad that it's done now, and if I was in the same situation again, I would definitely go through all that again.
Did it first develop? When did the problem first happen?
Probably last weekend, probably. And I took my granddaughter's. She'd had an eye infection, so I just took the drops, and then it sort of seemed to go better. And then I thought, well, I better not take these anymore. And
what have you experienced with your eye? What have been the main problems?
Well, it's sort of itchy.
The things we just need to do is make sure that your vision isn't significantly impaired on that side. And the second thing is just to make sure that you haven't got any associated ulcers on the cornea itself. Okay, that's fine. What I'm going to do is give you some chlorogenical eye ointment, which is slightly better penetration in some ways.
Thank you. Right. Bye-bye.
I had an operation here on my back several years ago, and during that period I came in for lunch at the end of the operation when I was getting better, and I liked it. So we started to come, and we've been coming regularly ever since. It's about over 2 years now, perhaps 3 years. And
Twice a week?
Yes, twice a week. We come Mondays and Fridays normally. The main reason we come here because the food is reasonably priced, but apart from that, it's very good. The food is excellent. I mean, we go in other restaurants, dear ones and cheap ones, and there's few that equal this, and the staff go the other mile to look after us. We're coming so well. I still often bring them chocolates or sweets or something to appreciate what they do for us, and to look, it's so kind, because we're old, we're both nearly 89 now, and we need looking after. I mean, I'm disabled since I had the operation. It cured the pain in my legs, but it's left me with disablement of the ankles. And recently I've had this eye problem, so that's another disability. My wife, as she told you, has had heart attacks and a couple of strokes, haven't you? One worse than the other. But we've recovered and we still get around. We appreciate that we've been, they've looked after us, and we've continued coming here. We'll come here as long as we can, even if we have to pay for the taxi occasionally, it's worth it. Like today, we've had to get Metro, and they're very good.
Right. You asked me to ask about Chester 22 and Chester 27, what's going on? Oh, I've loaded the paper. Are you heading towards... Yes. Stafford Suite?
Thank you, darling.
Marvellous. You're a good one. You're a good one. Which ward haven't I been on now? The 3 o'clock emergency can go in room 2. So you're all right now for a bit? Okie dokie. Take care. Bye. I don't know what I'm doing now. Night staff.
He's been at football academy all week, so I think he's been stood on his little toe.
It's fine, I can't really move it.
Up and down like that. And just put a little bit of padded gauze between the little toe and the one next to it. Yeah. And that just keeps it straight. I'll probably just avoid sports for at least a week.
Let's see what the score is.
It's 1-1 still.
Both elbows are fractured. I've broken ribs, multiple broken ribs. I broke the pelvis. The femur was broken in 3 places. Both knees were gone.
I've known Jean since 2001. She'd had the misfortune to be driving along a road and was involved in a head-on collision with another vehicle. She was transferred to an NHS hospital who saved her life. She broke numerous bones, and over the last 9 years that we've known each other, she's had 34 operations.
Within a week, 10 days of her getting in here, that she was come back from what looked like a corpse to a human being.
I remember coming in through the foyer and somebody came and brought me a really nice ice cold drink, and I thought, oh, paradise. It was absolutely lovely.
She has a very, very outward-looking, forward-looking, jovial personality, and it's that's really helped her along.
I mean, I come here, every year, every 6 months. Mr. kind of keeps his eye on it, and he's been marvellous, absolutely marvellous. I used to walk 5 miles a day with my dogs before the accident. I can't do that now. I just have to potter about in the back.
All of her broken bones have healed now, but they have left legacies. She has shortening of the right leg. She has some stiffness in some of the joints. She's still able to do the artwork, and she's still able to go to the Lake District and walk around, but she's not rambling the fells like she used to be.
It's spotlessly clean, absolutely great. The food's always been really good. So it's superb.
Yeah, because I think you almost became your second home for some period of time, didn't
Well,
you?
I do feel like that about it. It has become my second home because I've been in so often and so long.
I think Jean has made an excellent recovery. I think how she is now will be how she stays. We've gone through this together, really. She's had lots of down times, but she's always bounced back, and she's been better for it. There's no reason why she should have any deterioration in the future. She's doing well.
All right, yeah. He's there. Hey, Susie. Yes, I'll come and see you shortly. This is a typical admin shift, really, where your bleep's constantly going off. You've got there's going to be problems, arising that you've got to deal with. Query disc problems, back and leg pain.
22 looks a bit ominous to me because it's got ICP in there.
We need about 3 days planning for it.
Hang on a minute, where are you putting the York for 11:30? Staff management and patient management, bed management. It could be anything, really. You're happy to bring it over, aren't you? It's marvellous, marvellous. Has anyone checked that there's anyone up there? They are up there. Oh, that's right then. They're up there. Don't you be putting me into a panic.
Well, I'm losing the plot. You may
Yeah, I've lost it.
Well, thank you.
There's something in the water today, isn't there? So that one's put out. That one, I've kind of broke the photocopier. Sorry, Sandra. Do you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
Love you.
Don't touch
What
it
did
again.
you do anyway to fix it?
I'm not telling you.
Go and tell me. We do have a good banter on the wards. I like to go round and see everyone and make sure everyone's okay, and just having a laugh with people. Well, in my particular bariatric job, you get, you get a massive satisfaction when you see them coming back from surgery after a year and losing probably 10 stone off what their original weight was. You know, you see the improvement in their life generally. It is a nice job. It's after 17.
So Barry's going foreign?
3 o'clock.
It's all been arranged with, you've arranged it actually with
Done.
Stepping Hill.
Done. Stepping Hill, no. You see. You see? It comes together. Hallelujah.
Yeah, come on in. Oh, hi, Nadine.
Hello.
Good to see you again. Nadine's operation, which was middle of January this year, went really well. We always do this using the keyhole approach, and what we do at the actual surgery, the Roux wire gastric bypass, which Nadine had, is to divide the stomach, leaving it with a little pouch at the very top end, and that pouch is, if you imagine the egg cup size, that's what really is allowed, and that restricts the amount of food the individual is able to take in, similar to the gastric band. But in addition, we reroute the small bowel, the intestine itself, so that the amount of surface available for absorption is also reduced, and that way the amount of calories the individual is able to absorb is significantly reduced. So it does work in 2 ways. It's not something that we do recommend lightly. There's nobody that comes to have weight loss surgery that haven't tried themselves over several years, and they have done dieting, they've done the medications. It's not for want of trying, and weight loss surgeries tend to be as a last resort for them, really. Nadim is 6 weeks down the line and she's lost 3.5 stones. Although that's not always the case, and every individual is different, but that's quite a good weight loss in those weeks.
I went to Spain at the weekend to see my parents. I fitted in a seat on my own. I didn't have to spill into my children's seats. Shoes fit, nice shoes. I can do things with the children. I'm not so self-conscious, even though I've only lost a small amount of weight. People don't take so much notice of me anymore, and I just feel great, and I just hope it continues.
Now, from here onwards, because she's doing so well, I will see Nadine every 3 months now. But as usual, we do advise that if there is any problem at home, she has our contact details to let us know.
From day one, people have looked after me. When I was in the special high dependency unit following my operation, the nursing staff were really good. Our quality with my family was actually sitting in, watching a DVD and eating a takeaway. But now, like I said, we go bowling. I'm all right to go on my own now. I don't feel quite so anxious about people looking at me. So we just behave like any other family, and that's down to Mr. Agbanobi and his team.
It is very satisfying because week in, week out, we hear wonderful stories from our patients about how the weight loss surgery has changed their life for good. In the last 10 years, they haven't been out. They haven't been on holidays with families. They can tie up their shoelaces, things that you and I can take, do take for granted. Obviously, the support group is also very crucial, and I would encourage anybody who is actually come for the first time tonight to make it as regular as possible. There is very good evidence out there that those who attend weight loss surgery support group do actually do well. They do better than those who don't. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention.
My name's Gary Rothwell. I had a gastro bypass 18 months ago. I've lost a total of 9 stone and I feel absolutely great, and it's through the kind support of Mr. Agnanobi and the other surgical teams, Louise and the dietary team here, and the support from everybody I've met over the last 18 months.
I had my operation 3 weeks ago today. I've lost 24 pounds since the 23rd of December. I've stabilised a bit now though, which is the swelling going down. So once I come back and see the surgeon and have the band filled, I'll probably start losing again. Well, I will start losing again. It's been interesting. I was a bit nervous about coming, but I think it's going to be good in the long run because you can meet people that have really been there and really done it.
It was hard, but now I've got friends, you know, walking. Don't walk past me, it's me. You know, it's Carol. Speak to me. Well, we didn't recognise you, we didn't know if it was you or not, which is the best thing that's happened. I was in size 34, 36 clothes. Let's just say I want to see my little grandchild who I've got now to grow, and he is my inspiration as well. Now, I can run him up the hallway. He can shout Nana, and Nana can go after him. I couldn't do. I just sat there and used to break my heart.
I decided that if I didn't do something about my weight, I wasn't going to live. Anybody who's considering having this operation, they shouldn't be holding back. They should go and have it done, because if you've got to the situation that you are here, you need to have the operation. Dieting for 3 weeks isn't going to sort it out.
If you're obese, please have it done, because it's put 15, 20 years on my life.
I kind of feel like I'm walking straighter and I'm not sort of quite so conscious walking down the street. I got into like several size smaller clothes and it was like, yes, got a pair of knee-high boots. That was the most exciting thing ever. I have never been able to have a pair because they make them for people with really skinny legs. And I went into a regular high street shop and I bought a pair and they fit, and it's like, yes!